Go somewhere else. I can't take this nonsense anymore. How are you going to blame the defense?
I got the power. Screw green bean. Damn it.
But once you get to the sausage, I feel like we're doing something.
Go Jets.
What would you give up to see a Jets Super Bowl?
All of my friends and family.
Hit those milk done, boys and girls.
Freeze run.
Hold on to your underwear, ladies, and stand by, bitches. It's now time for Talkin' Jets with your hosts, Matt, Ryan, and Green Bean.
Welcome to Talkin' Jets. My name's Ryan, and I'll be your pilot tonight. I am joined alongside my lovely co-pilots. I got Mr. Green Bean to my this way. I got Mr. Matt O'Leary to my that way. Green Bean, how you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good, man. I think, look, we're the quarter of the season's done. Lots to be excited about. So I'm in high spirits.
O'Leary, how about you? How you feeling tonight?
Oh, just another embarrassing loss in prime time, another day in the life for fans of the NYJ, but excited to be hanging out with you guys for the next couple hours to chop it up.
It has been a rough 24 hours for our New York Jets. You go down to Miami, you hopefully put on a good show against a division rival in prime time, and you shoot yourself in the foot a whole lot. We're going to get into it. Boys and girls, if you're just tuning in, make sure you hit that like button. For every 10 likes we get on this video, we're going to pick a qualifier for our hat, shirt, mug, pillow, jersey giveaway. That's right, I have removed the eggs from the spin wheel. We now have a pillow back on the spin wheel. Took me forever. Peter S., I see you. Are you in the chat? I don't know if you're in the chat yet, but you'll be here. He's the one that emailed me midweek. He's like, hey, this is just your reminder. Remove the eggs. I was like, that's
funny.
Peter is the best, man. He always supportive and very helpful, too. Love it.
Very helpful. I was absolutely going to miss it until I saw that email. So very much appreciated. If you're tuning in after the fact, you're listening after this stream has aired, leave a comment down below. We'll get you entered into next week's t-shirt giveaway at the end of the show. So we're excited. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. Jets fall to the Miami Dolphins 27-21. Really, really disappointing performance after an opening drive that looked like unstoppable. Like that might have been the best offensive line performance that I've seen, from the jump. And like Brees is running, Braylon Allen's running, like Fields is getting his yardage. It was just a very impressive drive right down the field, and then Braylon Allen coughs it up right at the goal line. And sure as shit, 95 yards later, the Dolphins wind up scoring a touchdown, and it's just infuriating, this damn team. So, Bean, I'll throw it to you first. I want to get your thoughts on the game overall. You were live for the game. How'd that play out? What was the overall vibe of everyone in there, and what were your thoughts of the game as a whole?
Well, first of all, Merry Christmas, everybody. I want to make sure that we say that. It's nice to celebrate the holidays together. With everyone.
What? Did I just miss something? What are you talking about?
Oh, slap happy. No, Ryan, I gotta say, what you just said about the first drive, dude, during that stream, you can feel it in the stream. Like, Frankie's doing his nerd Frankie thing. He's fucking charting and doing all that shit. He's like, which is so valuable. I'm glad he's doing it because I can't. He's personnel packages and all that kind of shit. And so he's doing that. But the chat, it was like the kind of drive that it's everything we want. Like time of possession, getting serious push off like you said, from the offensive line. Every play is positive, 4+. 5 yards here, 6 yards there. It was just one of those drives where you're like, we are more manly than you are. It's just so rare that we get to do that, and for it for the fumble, it was weird. It was like obviously super disappointing and everything, but it was such a good drive that I was like, all right, well, look, obviously that's a mistake, but I still felt good. I was like, oh, we can do this to them. And it just was a game. It was like from drive to or series to series. I didn't know which version of Justin Fields I was getting. Like one series, he looks like he's completely lost. The next one, he looks like, Hall of Famer. It's like, I don't know what's up with this guy. But it was just a very frustrating game. And at the end of it, that fourth quarter with the penalties, I hate to complain about penalties, man. But the Garrett Wilson, so I'll just say this. The Garrett Wilson touchdown being taken away was one. The lack of call on Tippmann's fucking helmet getting ripped off. Membu got a call early, but his helmet was ripped off again, and it didn't get called. Ruckert's laying on the field after being tackled. Somebody jumps on him 3 seconds later, no call. Justin Fields gets tackled out of bounds, like 3 yards out of bounds. His head smashes into the field after just leaving the concussion protocol. And nothing. I rarely get like angry at games anymore. I felt like we were under assault, and there was nothing we could do about it. Like, I don't like feeling helpless. It's one thing to suck. It's another entirely to be performing in a way like, dude, that was a touchdown. It was a beautiful pass. It was a wonderful, amazing catch. And it was ticky-tack at best. That type of a call is bullshit. And then right after it, dude, how about Simpson getting, and admittedly, I didn't look at it again, but it looked to me like our offensive lineman just straight up pancaked the defensive lineman, and they called unnecessary roughness on it. Like,
he kind of,
I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, the replay didn't look great on that one. I kind of understand that penalty.
Fuck that.
Simpson. It was a little, I mean, unless I totally.
I got to look at that one again.
Yeah,
but
he
dude,
like pancaked him and then like sort of like went on top of him like again.
Yeah, dude, you're putting them into the dirt. That's what they're supposed to do. They're taught that from fucking elementary school, man. When you get your guy to the ground, you drive him into the dirt. That's what you do. You know what I mean? What is this NFL? And I'm telling you, it's just like, it's one thing for the Jets to suck. It's another entirely to feel like it's being taken. Like the last time I really felt like that was the Chiefs game we talked about it last night. The Jermaine Johnson hold. Mm-hmm. It was like, oh, there's no way we're winning. We're not allowed to win this game. Oh, I forgot. There's no way we're winning this. And that feeling, I don't like that feeling. You know what I mean? And it really got to me. So I thought there was a lot of good things last night. It's obviously frustrating, and I don't think we're a very good team. It's kind of in line with, I knew we would struggle, but I thought we should have won. I thought we could have won. And, I'm not out on the season. I don't know. People are having scorched earth. Everybody needs to get fired. I'm not there, but it was frustrating, Ryan.
Matt, what about you? How you feeling about last night's loss?
Green Bean hit on a ton of great points. With the Jets didn't lose this game because of the referees, but it's very frustrating to see a unbelievable Garrett Wilson touchdown reception taken off the board. That would have been 2. The second one was also unbelievable, but he is a special player. Thank God we get to watch Garrett Wilson every week, because there's not a ton that we get to watch and like from this team, but that is definitely one of those things. Right from the jump, pretty much, again, with the fumble on the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
Not that I went full, like this game's over, but I was like, we are going to be in for a tough one. And then I hopped on with Green Bean for the half, and, it was coming back, and he's like, oh, do you want to hang out for a little bit? I was like, yeah, I'll hang out. And immediately Isaiah Williams fumbles. And I just felt my blood boiling. I'm like, I can't. I'm sorry. I love you, Green Bean. I can't sit here. I can't.
Well, that's why I did that, Matt. I was like, hey, I know I just invited you on and you said yes, but like, dude, you don't have to stay here.
Yeah, I could. Again, love you. Love Frankie. It's a great time. Couldn't do it last night. I was in a pissy mood from the jump. I felt bad. Taylor was watching with me and trying to talk to me. And like, after that fumble, I was like, just not having it. I was in a really bad headspace.
Right.
You talked about stuff that you're taught in Pop Warner. One of the things that stood out to me that drove me absolutely insane is Isaiah Williams. We just talked about the fumble, the fair catch on the 2-yard line. That is the easiest thing to avoid, right? He's lined up on the 10. If it's hit over your head, don't move. Just let it go into the end zone. That if I saw that at the high school game up the block from me, I would have been upset. But in an NFL game, what the hell are we doing? And 13 penalties for 101 yards against with 6 pre-snap penalties on offense. I mean, you just have no shot. You have absolutely no shot. The Jets took themselves out of this game because of stupid penalties and 3 turnovers. Yeah. Unacceptable.
Dude, we came into this year and we had refs at OTAs. We're like, okay, we are going to focus on penalties. We're not going to have this. We're not going to have the concentration mistakes for the pre-snap stuff. We're not going to have a ton of missed tackles. Oh, no. We have had double-digit missed tackles in every single one of our games except for our first game where we had 8. I think we had 11 last night, and I think we had 16 last week. It has been abysmal from a I don't even want to say a coaching perspective, from an execution standpoint. At some point, I feel like you just got to hold the players accountable. Like, as frustrated as you can be with the coaches, like, guys just are not tackling, and we just look bad. Illegal shifts. Like, why is Lazard even on this team anymore? Like, I understood, holding on to him could be a wide receiver too. He took less money, but like, if you're causing pre-snap penalties and your ass isn't going to be here next year, like, dude, off the team. Like, Pritchett should be out on kick returns. I'm sick of seeing all this, just random kick returners out there just not doing what they need to be doing. The running out of the kick off or of like the fair catch of the punt return, like, infuriating. That's on the same level as like the quarterback running out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Like that, those two things just burn me up to no end. We got to hear that Braylon Allen has a sprained, is it MCL or something in the knee? So hopefully, I know he's on IR, but is that like that's 4-week IR? Is that what we're looking at right now?
That's usually it depends on the severity, obviously, but usually around 4 to 6 weeks for that.
That makes me feel a little bit better. I was worried that was going to be like a season ender, and I do want to get another look at him.
Also, why is he out on kickoffs? Why is your
Isaiah Davis
back out on kickoffs?
Isaiah Davis is incredible and like scrappy when it comes to kick returns. Like, anytime this dude gets the ball in his hands, he's making solid plays happen. And like, I would much rather him consistently be the kickoff guy, or even Pritchett, whatever. Braylon Allen, like, he's one Breece Hall like rough tackle away from being our starting running back, and you have him as the dude that's actually like returning kicks is just asinine to me. Super infuriating. Holy smokes, whoa. Ryan King dropping a big dick super chat. Ryan, thank you so much. Love you, buddy.
No, he literally wrote it.
Oh, yeah. Big dick super chat. I like it. Ryan, you are king. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Greatly, greatly appreciated. And it makes bitching about this team more worth it. You are a gentleman, my friend. We
haven't seen a red one in a while, Ryan.
No, we haven't had anything like worthwhile to be excited about. I think we had a pink one a little while back. But like, we haven't had the excitement. There hasn't been the like amped up, fiery nature of it. Ryan King comes in, he's like, I'm fucking pissed too. Here you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not that we're not excited about all your super chats. We are. Of course.
Yeah, we get super extra excited to see like.
Of course. Like but right. We're all humans here, right? We can talk.
This is also probably when we need it most though, because vibes are really down right now, and Ryan's like, I gotta hype up the boys here, get the vibes back going in a positive direction. Thank you, Ryan King. That is, one, very generous, and two, awesome.
You are the man. Let's rip through a few super chats real quick. We'll continue on our discussions. Truman says, when is JJ coming back realistically? I don't know. What's the severity of his injury?
So Aaron Glenn said that he's hopeful that he's back this week. I think that'd be a huge addition for this Jets defense. Did you know Michael Clemens played 73% of snaps last night? 73, which is a lot. Although one of his better games, because I feel
he had a better
noticeable.
game.
Yeah, which is Good. Okay. I'll take not noticeable in a negative. That's an improvement. So I'll take that. I feel like it's maybe a little on the optimistic side just because we haven't heard JJ's name in forever. Usually it's like, hey, he's returning to practice and he has a few days of practice before they actually play. And it is a short week with them playing on Monday, but I hope he's back this week.
I feel like I'd be surprised. Matt in our group chat, we were talking like during the game. Matt's like, Dak might put up 70 points this week. Like this defense could not stop a nosebleed right now. We need JJ back. We need Quincy back. Like this team is hurting right now. And like, Stevens even played like well last night. Like that was actually like I think his best game as a New York Jet. And then you get like Sherwood was clunky and Carter still kind of looks like trash and the safeties are looking awful. Like this team just needs a whole lot of help. Ryan King
Dude,
says,
I was
"Freeze
watching
Ryan." Bastard.
Oh, sorry. But all right, so Matt, I might have mentioned this to you, Matt, actually yesterday, but I'll mention it again.
Yes.
To a frozen Ryan's face as well. I was watching the Dallas game the other night, and I was watching a team that, the conversations were, dude, that's a winnable game. And I was watching the team. I was thinking, they're going to stomp our fucking lights out.
And they did that without CeeDee Lamb, their best offensive player, and they still put up 40.
Pickens is a stud, isn't he?
He is. If you're going to have your wide receiver one out, having someone like George Pickens is one of the best case scenarios for you as a wide receiver two, slotting up a spot. And they didn't miss a beat. And with all due respect to Green Bay, scoring 40 on that defense is not an easy task. So I am legitimately concerned for what's going to happen on Sunday to this defense.
Yeah. Could you imagine all right. So just imagine for a second, take a second and imagine our offense without our wide receiver one. G-Dubs goes down for a week. What's going on out there?
I have 110% faith in Alan Lazard. 110%.
Dude, why? But how bad? I mean, what is Brandon Smith? What is the malfunction?
I don't know.
It's like you said about all right, so we're watching this Isaiah Williams character fucking stumble and bumble his way to helping us lose another game. And Pickens, what's his name? Pritchett we're not using him. And then you got Brandon Smith, who's like 6'4". He's carved out of steel. All he does is get open and catch everything. He's a great hands catcher. Like, you're telling me he's not better than these scrubs that are nobody can get a foot of separation. Nobody. Then can you at least get the guy with some size? Like what is it? What do you think it is, Ryan? Like or Matt for that matter. What is it with these guys? Why isn't Pritchett out there? Why isn't Brandon Smith out there? Like, what is it?
I don't know. My gut is telling me that Glenn is just like deferring to the veteran that's been on the team. And then hopefully over the course of the year, after this veteran has had his last chances, then we start playing some of these other guys. I really think this is just such a strong evaluation year that they don't care, but just sort of feel it all out to its, entirety, see if this guy's worth, any type of contract moving forward. I I don't know. I have a very hard time imagining Alan Lazard being on this team beyond this season.
No.
And it goes for a lot of other players on this team. Before we get too far, Truman says the Garrett Wilson offensive pass interference non-touchdown was BS. Yeah, I didn't think it was a bad push off. I definitely understand why they threw it. I think the defender clearly went the opposite direction on the push, but I don't think the push had any impact on where the defender could have been in position to potentially make a play on that ball anyway. Incredibly frustrating.
You hear what Garrett Wilson said about that, Ryan?
No, what did he say?
It was a great answer.
Isn't it? I mean, Matt, you probably can correct me too, but he said a few things, but he said he was trying to be above board, and he said, I watch football, right? I watch football, and that call doesn't happen. a lot. Like how did he say it, Matt? I forget.
Yeah.
But it was great.
It was something like, I watch a lot of games and that doesn't usually get called, but I'll just make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, I guess I got to be better.
Yeah. It was pretty much like that. But he's right. Devontae Adams did it literally 2 weeks ago. You also had AJ Brown do it. George Pickens does it well. The bigger wide receivers do that like all the time, and it never, ever gets called. Is it technically a penalty? Maybe, but I think it's the inconsistencies with the call. Like, if you're going to let him go, then let him go for everybody.
Yeah.
100%. Alan comes in and says, I could hear Aaron Glenn yelling after the game in Delaware. I hope he made the players cry. Yeah, I mean, we heard comments. I believe it was Samini and Hughes both said that they could hear Glenn, yelling while they were in waiting to do the post-game presser and everything. And this team needs it. This team needs a little bit of tough love. Like, Green Bean's brought it up before where it's like, I want guys that want to be here and want to play. And like, if you're showing half-ass effort, like, you could show half-ass effort on the bench. There's no reason for you to be out on the field if this is the type.
Yeah. Hang half your ass off the bench, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. How about Tony Adams once again, like on that touchdown?
Oh, that
dude,
was terrible.
It was like there is no other way to say it. He wasn't playing as hard as the guy who that scored. It just what fucking straight up. You're on the goal line. You're the guy. You're a safety. And you don't even give a shit? I mean, dude, there's no other way. You can't tell me otherwise. He's just like, I'm there. I tried. Like, no, man. This guy shouldn't be on our... I would cut him today. I would cut him.
Yeah, I don't think there would be anything that we'd be missing from his contributions on the field from this year. J-Mo comes in and says, Jets or Ravens defense, who's the bigger fall off? I mean, the Ravens have lost to the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Lions. So, like, we lost to the Dolphins. Like, I don't know. I think it's a little different. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I did not expect the Jets defense to be this level of inept. I'll say that much. Really, really disappointing. J-Mo follows it up, talking about Ryan King's Big Dick Super Chat. J-Mo says, baby blue is my color. J-Mo, we love you.
That's okay.
Baby blue is just fine. Just fine. Just JQ says, thought Rodgers was the problem. Not necessarily. I don't think even Jet fans were saying that. I think a lot of fans were saying, like, it's just time to move on, or you're just going to prolong the rebuild. I don't think Rodgers here with this defense is playing that much better. Like, maybe you get one additional win, but like,
I was going to say, the record's still probably 0-4. I don't know how much it really changes things.
Yeah, Rodgers ain't running for a 45-yard touchdown when that play breaks down. Ain't happening.
Yeah, these kinds of comments bother me. Just JQ. I got to be honest. It's like, with all due respect to you, I don't know you as a person and all that, and I'm not attacking your person, but these shots, like, nobody's saying Aaron Rodgers was the only problem. He was a huge problem last year, and I think one of the bigger issues and why you had to cut him is because of the impact that he has on a team like us. Like, so, it's not, I don't think, who was saying, like, if we get rid of Aaron Rodgers, we were fixed? I don't think anybody was saying that.
No, I think most people were saying, like, we're not going to have a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers, no matter who we bring in for next year. Fields was probably like the best option from a captain standpoint or like a chemistry standpoint.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I don't like you, just JQ. I just don't like the fucking words you just use. Just like those types of comments. Like, I get it, man, but it's like, I don't know, man. It's just more of like, why are we poking each other? You know what I mean? Like, it's like we start to, cannibalize ourselves, and we're like, we're all sad. It's like being in a traffic jam. Don't you realize that everybody in that traffic jam hates being in that traffic jam just as much as you do? Like, nobody wants to. Everybody's fucking miserable. So, let's give each other some slack here. We're all in this together. Like, we're Jets fans. We're the only people feeling this today.
Yep.
So why make each other more miserable? We should be loving on each other, right, O'Leary? Hugs and kisses.
Hugs. I am pro hugs and kisses for Jets fans. We need it. We need to come together because the infighting isn't helping anybody. We all want the same thing. We all want the Jets to be good.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I think we would have done much better if we had drafted Bowers instead of Fashanu. Like, you guys are so off base right now. I absolutely think we should have kept Zach Wilson and all these ridiculous takes that we've been fighting over for the last bunch of years.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
Marvin Gunn says, I think Bad Bunny is really CJ Uzama. I
don't even know what Bad Bunny is. What is that?
So that's the Super Bowl performer. I just figured out Bad Bunny's a guy.
I don't know what it is.
I've heard the name a bunch of times. I couldn't tell you a song.
He's a Latin singer. He's huge.
Mm-hmm.
All of his songs are in Spanish. Like, I don't think I'm gonna know the words because I don't really speak the language, but I think it could be a really fun show. Like, I think people are gonna be dancing around, and I don't know. I'm into it. I'll give it a shot.
People are gonna be.
We're gonna have to, right?
It's gonna be old man yells. My office was talking about this today. Like, I don't know who that is. My one coworker goes, "Who's Big Rabbit?" I was like, "That's not the name."
Big Rabbit.
Big Rabbit. She was just like, she had no idea. I was like, I have no idea. I told him, I was like, look, the Super Bowl halftime show, if you are already going to be watching the game, the Super Bowl halftime show is not meant for you. You are not the target demographic. This is the demographic they're trying to capture. And I also think, correct me if I'm wrong, aren't the Super Bowl halftime shows now not paid for? Like, the NFL won't pay for the halftime performer. I think that changed a few years ago. So, like, the thought of having like Taylor Swift or like some huge band that you'd have to like pay, obviously isn't going to happen. So I don't know. I don't care. I want to see the game. I want to see some funny commercials, and that's about where I'm at on this. Ulysses, what's good, dude? Says Glenn is not the guy. It really hurts watching this team. Glenn is over his head. I can't hear Glenn talk anymore. I don't feel that way yet. And
I don't know what that is.
It's just people being frustrated 4 games into a season and like thinking the message is stale or whatever. Like, this is going to be an evaluation year. Vegas had us at 5.5 wins this entire year. And I think they're just going to wind up being somewhere near that. I think that's exactly where we're at. I think the Lions, the first year under Dan Campbell, was going to be something, similar. I think didn't they go like 0-11 to start the season?
They were 0-11. Yeah, dude. And you know what their fans didn't do? They didn't fucking clamor for him to be fired. Mm-hmm. They knew what he was coming in. Like, and then he ended up with 3 wins that year on the back end. They ended the season with a couple wins because they put it together. And then he fired his offensive coordinator. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, if that was happening here, look, he's lost. He hired that guy. Now he's firing him. What the fuck is going? It's like, dude, relax. Let me ask you guys something. Ulysses, why does Aaron Glenn, on top of the fact that he's a former Jet great, is one that wanted this fucking job? Don't forget, Ben Johnson, Liam Cohen, those guys, they didn't even interview. What do you think? We didn't want to interview him? We were interviewing the fucking head coach of Delaware, right? We wanted to interview Ben Johnson. They said no. They didn't want to come here. So you don't forget that. Aaron Glenn's in over his head. He's 4 games in. Like, I don't understand it. Why is it that we're willing to give guys like Robert Saleh, Adam Gase, fucking Todd Bowles, all this rope? And then Aaron Glenn just gets here and he's like, dude, I'm going to fucking gut this joint. I'm going to gut this joint. He's screaming at players and he's cutting guys and he's benching guys and they're trading fucking, game 3 and they're doing all this stuff to try to figure it out. Like, give them a second. Yes, it sucks that we're losing, but now we're going to fire Aaron Glenn 4 games. If you fire Aaron Glenn now, and even after 1 year, who in their right mind, like, who do you think we're getting after that? Nobody worth a shit's coming here. Just be expectant of the worst of the worst. You're going to be fucking hiring quality control coaches to come and be your head coach because nobody's going to come near this joint. Dude, we got to give this guy some time. He should be getting more rope. More leeway. We are harsher with Aaron Glenn than any coach I've ever seen in my entire Jets fandom. 43 years. We have never been this quick to want to fucking throw somebody into the fire. Like, I've never seen anything like it. It's crazy. And I think it's bullshit. And we gotta cut it out already. Glenn, he's in over his head, Ulysses. He's 4 games in. And our offense, by the way, don't forget, throughout most of Robert Saleh's tenure, our fucking offense, how many games did we not score a single touchdown? How many times? Our defense would hold them to 6 points and we would lose. Remember that? Dude, we're scoring 20 points, 32 points in 4 games. This is the most we've seen offensive output in fucking years. Like, let us give him a second. I can't handle it anymore.
It's because
we've finite conclusions, Ryan.
I think it's because we've had 3 coaches that have started their careers 0-4. Aaron Glenn, Adam Gase.
Who gives a shit?
Lou Holtz. Well, I'm just saying, like, I'm not on the side of firing Aaron Glenn. I think that would be incredibly stupid. And I don't think we're in a position to attract the top head coach next year either. I mean, even if you wind up with like the number 1 overall pick, I'm not sure that's like the 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐢𝐻𝐿 like landing spot for a head coach. So I don't know. Look, pay attention to.
And you know what the thing is, Ryan, he could be in over his head right now.
Sure.
Give him a second to figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you don't hire somebody who's never done the job before, dump the fucking world on them, and then 4 weeks into it go, you clearly don't know what you're doing. Get out. No, you're like, dude, you hired a guy who's never done it before. Give him a second. This is the worst fucking job in the NFL. Do we not know that? It's the worst job in the entire NFL.
I think it's true. I mean, our media market combined with like just how we've played and Woody's meddling, like it's just that we are not an attractive landing spot. So a guy that wants to be here, that I think like, look, if all the same mistakes that you're frustrated with Glenn now are happening by, halfway through the season next year, then look, then you reassess then. But right now, 4 games in, let the guy make his mistakes and figure it the hell out. Marvin.
Again, and well, just to close this, you bring up it's the greatest point ever. Dan Campbell went 0-11. Who gives a shit that in Jets history only 2 coaches were 0? Who cares?
Preach.
It's just like, how about this? We didn't have the fucking number 1 overall pick since 1997. Does that mean that we weren't the fucking dregs? Does that mean we didn't suck? You know what I mean? Like we're getting focused. We're focusing on the most insignificant details of this whole thing. This is this fucking analytics world we live in. The truth is, the guy just got here. That's it. The guy just fucking got here. He's got a whole bunch of quitters on his team because of fucking 4 years of Robert Saleh and 2 years of Gase before that. These guys, as soon as the going gets tough, they're used to being allowed to pack it in. You saw Tony Adams do it. You've seen these guys do it. They just pack it in. They stop playing. He's got that to fucking fix. It's not just one guy or one call. Dude, it's a whole mindset. He might have to get rid of fucking 50% of this squad. He might be getting rid of guys that we thought were building blocks. Whether it's Sauce Gardner, Quinnen Williams, Quincy Williams, fucking Jamie and Sherwood, it doesn't matter. He might have to get rid of half of these fucking guys because they're quitters. Give him a second.
Marvin comes in and says, CJ Uzomah dressed up in a type of bunny costume for something. Oh, that's why he was saying.
Didn't know that.
Neither did I.
What happened?
Don't really follow our former players' costume choices.
That's
Ablab dropping in with a big dick super chat. Says, Glenn isn't the guy after our 4th game in his first season as head coach. We should have been 4-0 at worst 3-1. Robert Saleh left Glenn a treasure chest of culture. You are crazy. Are you crazy?
Exactly.
Ablab laying on some sarcasm.
Nailed it.
I like it.
Nailed it.
Right. Brass tacks. There they are. Everybody, sit down on your brass tacks. Ablab just fucking spoke the reverse truth.
Preach.
That's it.
Ugh.
He crushed it.
Ablab, you're a gentleman and a scholar.
Also, not for nothing, but I feel like to the last comment and kind of going off of this Ablab comment here too, Green Bean had a great point. It's 4 games in. Joe Douglas was in year 6 last year, and you still had people falling on the sword for Joe Douglas. And Robert Saleh was in year 4, maybe less with Saleh. But the point being, why are we willing to get? You had Zach Wilson truthers in a couple years ago. Why 3 years of that, but 4 games of Aaron Glenn is enough? It's just, it's crazy. It really is.
Yeah, dude. Remember, like Zach Wilson's home opener, he threw 4 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
I was there.
We were there
next to you.
We saw it.
Yeah, I was fucking. We were together for that shit show. But it's like, right? And we give these guys so much leeway. And I think, look, when a coach just gets here, you're supposed to. It sucks. The fact that we have had 15 years of suctitude and here we are again, it blows. There's no 2 ways about it. It sucks. But Aaron Glenn just fucking got here. It's like, it's called transference. What we're doing, guys, is a diagnosable method of coping. It's called transference. You're taking the ills and circumstances of someone and you're putting it on this guy because you want somebody to blame. There is nobody to blame. The bad men are gone, other than fucking Woody Johnson and that damn security guard who's definitely fucking this shit up. That guy needs to go. I'm telling
You're
you.
on the team too long. Get him out of here.
But it's like, dude, I mean, look, and it's Aaron Glenn. Like, why are we choosing our own? I think that's why. It's like, because like you see it with our comments toward each other. It's like we're self-loathing. Mm-hmm. It's like, because he's a former Jet, because he's the guy that wanted this job above all jobs in the NFL. It's like Cimini asked him, is this job harder than you thought? It's like, fuck you, dude. I'm 4 games in. Of course it's hard. What do you mean? I knew what I was coming in here, but it's like, because he's that guy, we want to push him out of town. It's like finally getting a girl that's going to love you. You're like, I can't handle this. So you destroy the relationship so you can go back to your trollops, your fucking sea hags that treat you like shit because that's what you feel like you deserve. You know what I mean? It's all craziness. Let the guy cook. Let him work.
I like green bean rants. This is fun.
Thank
you, Ablab. Ryan King drops another big dick super chat. Ablab, really? Dan Campbell went 3-11 this year, his first year. Give him time, bro. Let's go, my guys. Ryan King obviously laying out a little bit of sarcasm. Obviously, him and Ablab are in agreement on giving the guy a little bit of time. Give him a little bit of time. You guys both get a... Boom! Woo. Hit them milk thumbs.
Ab Lab and Ryan King dropping bombs in here tonight.
Love it. You guys are awesome. Where was I? I was on Joseph. What's up, Joseph? Thank you so much for 10 spot. Says, if we have a top 5 pick, I'd love to trade back, get some picks, and get ourselves a true number 2 wide receiver and get a slot wide receiver and build around Fields. He has issues, but no true weapons other than Wilson. I was talking to my buddy at work today about this, and I was like, man, I really wish that the quarterbacks in college right now were really balling out, because like it's not as like enticing right now to bottom out in the NFL to get like the number 1 pick. But there's going to be guys, and I would be hard pressed not to take a quarterback if we wind up, being pretty high up on the picking totem pole and there's a guy there. Although I'm totally fine with doing like what the Giants did. They took the best player in the draft and then wound up trading up to go get their guy in Jackson Dart. So like that's fine by me if the Jets want to pull some kind of move like that. I don't know if you're offered a haul, like if we get offered like the Dolphins trade down with like the 49ers where they got like 3 first-round picks or whatever it was, then I think you strongly consider it and then see if you can build around Fields and build an offense. I didn't think Fields was the reason we lost last night. I thought for 2 of the 3 games he's played in for us, we should have played well enough to win. There were some limitations. Like I do think there was a lot of checkdowns, and I think the Dolphins felt like they were able to kind of get to him a little more frequently. But I like Fields so far. We got a whole rest of the season to kind of see him play and everything. Matt, what are your thoughts on if the Jets get a top 5 pick on either trading down and building around Fields or maybe going towards the quarterback? Because top 5 pick, like if you think quarterback goes 1, like you're probably at best getting quarterback 2 or 3 sitting at a top 5 pick. What's your mindset here?
I need to see how the rest of the season plays out for Justin Fields. I know that's kind of a non-answer, but I don't feel confident one way or the other yet with him. He's done in the 3 games he's played. 1 was awesome, 1 was really bad, and the other was solid. I thought he was solid last night. Is it enough for me to forego passing on a quarterback at 5? I just don't know yet. I really don't. So I need a little bit more information before I'm deciding whether or not the Jets should be taking a quarterback and sticking, or rather sticking with Justin Fields for another year.
Bean, what about you? Top 5 pick. You leaning trade
I'm
down?
taking a quarterback. I mean, dude, just like, here's the thing. Like Matt said it perfectly. Like, you know, Justin Fields did really good one game, really bad other game, and then he looked. Oh, he had really good and bad moments in this one. I feel like he's very inconsistent, and I think Justin Fields might. Like, look, we got a lot of season left, right? So we'll see. But I just have a sneaking suspicion that he's going to play well at times, very well. And he's just not the guy that you can build your franchise around, I think. And I think if we're in that top 5, top 3, and there's a quarterback, not just, hey, we got to take a quarterback. There's one here. Let's take Josh Rosen because he's a quarterback and we need one. Like, you don't want to do that. But if there's a quarterback worth a shit and you believe it, then, dude, you got to take him. That's my thought this year. My hope is that we continue to progress and we lose every fucking game. So we have the number 1 pick. And I want everybody to continue to lose their marbles. I want every week to have the same conversation. I want to yell like this, the same shit at the same people every week. And I want to get that number 1 pick. And I want to take the quarterback we actually want, not the guy who falls to us. That's what I want. Or if they don't like anybody, I want to trade it back a couple slots and get a complete haul, crazy haul, and then take like if you feel like 3 of them are on the same tier, on the same tier for you, So anyway, that's what I want.
Early on, like there's a want for like a Lenora Sellers in my mind just because he's such an athlete. And I feel like if Fields were to get knocked out of a game, like I still think Fields is going to be here next year. And there's certain quarterbacks, like if you had Nussmeier as your like number 2, I feel like the offense is drastically different between, what Justin Fields is and Nussmeier. Not that you should be catering your future franchise quarterback on the 1 year that you're going to have Justin Fields next season. But I don't know. A lot of college football to be played, a lot of NFL games to be played, and I'm curious to see how it all plays out. I'm open to anything, but I agree with both of you guys. I feel like I would be hard pressed to pass on a quarterback if there's one we like at the top of the draft. Peter says, feels like the Jets are allergic to winning. We have yet to find the right combo of meds to cure this disease. Tony Adams should be next out. Who else? Guys that I don't want to see on the field. Tony Adams. I don't want to see Lazard anymore. I'm over that experience. I'm over Michael Clemens. Those are really, and I guess Isaiah Williams would be the other one that you could throw in there. Outside of that, I don't really have anyone that I'm like super bitter about. Like I feel like a lot of our guys, like our D-line's looking rough right now. Like when Will McDonald's not out there and you have like Clemens, McGregor, Tufele, like it's a very like sparse line. Like it feels like this defense does not have the horses in the stable to compete with any of these teams. And I think that it's hard for me to separate, I guess, bad defensive play calling and bad defensive performance when we saw a lot of these players, specifically like Michael Carter and Sherwood, perform really well under Saleh and Ulbrich. I don't know. I get a little confused and puzzled. But Matt, I want to throw it to you. What players would you like to see out for the New York Jets?
In addition to Tony Adams, Isaiah Williams. I think it's Pritchett time. Give him a look. It can't be worse. And I think he could actually offer you something as a receiver because the Jets have Garrett Wilson and nothing apparently, right? Like You had what's his face? Tyler Johnson was a healthy scratch for this game. Lazard's been healthy scratched a couple times. Arian Smith, I
Did he play
don't
last
know
night?
if he's playing or not. Yeah, he did. He played a ton of snaps.
Yeah, can't get open.
No, I think it. And anytime he does get the ball, it's feels like it's a very obvious designed play to him get snuffed out, like an end around for a 12-yard loss or a screen pass that goes nowhere. So I would give that a go, honestly.
What about you, Bean? Who you want to see out next?
I like the idea of Tony Adams. I would make him a sacrificial statement. I would say, and I would bring everybody in, and I'd go, watch this play. I want to point something out, guys. I'd have the whole team there, including the fucking security guard. I'd bring him in, and I would watch that play, and I say, I want you guys to know what I see here is a lack of passion, a lack of effort, a lack of give a shit. That's not going to work here, and that's why you need to pack your fucking bags and get out of this room right now. Goodbye.
Yep. Send a message.
Who's next? And then I'd put up the punt. And I go, now I want you guys to watch this play. And watch this fucking moron fair catching the ball inside of his 5-yard line. And I'd pause it as soon as he puts his hands up. And I go, anybody want to guess what I'm going to say next?
What is wrong with this picture?
Yeah. Say, now this has nothing to do with passion. So we saw you can't be on this team if you don't give a shit, if you have no heart, if you have no passion. And here's the other thing that I can't fucking have on this team. You are too dumb to play for fucking my team. This is stupid. And it's not the only time you did it in this game. Goodbye. This is why you need to pack your bags and get out of here. Then I'd have that little security guard fucking scoop him up under his legs and put him on his back. What's that called again? When it's like a something carry. What do they call that? A fisherman carry or some shit like that? What's that called, everybody? Rusty Spooner. What's it called? Like, when you scoop somebody under their legs and you put them on your shoulder, it's called like a
fireman's
carry.
Fireman's. What did I say? Fisherman?
Fisherman.
Yeah, fireman's carry.
What kind of fish you catching, Green Bean?
I'm going to say to this fucking security guard, now, if you can't fireman carry that guy out of here, I don't even know why the fuck you'd be a security guard on this team. You got to be able to fireman's carry that guy out of this office right now. And if you can't, then this isn't a fucking old age home. This isn't charity. Show me you could do your job. That's what I would do. So, to answer the question, Tony Adams is first. Isaiah Williams is next. Who else? Let me see who else I fucking want to get rid of. Alan Lazard.
Yes.
Oh, good one.
But I don't have. Didn't he get another penalty this week? What
Yeah,
was
false start.
False start.
Yeah. I'd say now this. How many times have you guys heard me? There's only one reason you get a false start. I'm going to tell you, we can talk about it for years if we'd like. It boils down to one reason. You're not focused on the game. You're getting paid $11 million to be focused on the game. It's not working. You don't give a shit. Pack your fucking bags. Where is he? Fireman carry that son of a bitch out of here.
Get him out.
Everybody's getting fireman carried. And if you can't do it, you're fired. I want a real security guard. I'd have a security guard that looks like The Rock. You know what I mean? What is this fucking 4'8" asshole? Just because he's
Still mad about this.
I don't like that guy. We're Matt.
I know. I don't blame you, by the way. I think your anger is justified.
I'll do it. Who needs fireman carry? I'll do it, dude. I got a torn rotator cuff. I'm going to orthopedic tomorrow to see if I need surgery. I don't give a shit. I'll throw any of these guys on my shoulder. I can carry any of them out of here. Once we start getting into the offensive and defensive line, I'm going to have problems. But anybody else, I can do it.
I love the passion, Green Bean. Denise comes in and
see?
says, Justin will have good ideas how to deal with Eberflus's defense. Eberflus, defensive coordinator for the Cowboys. I'm not super worried about the Cowboys defense. I'm super worried about the Cowboys offense. and like
Oh, yeah.
our offense
Yeah,
being
as
able
you
to
should.
keep up with their
we're
offense.
toasted.
There's
No way.
no shot. I would not take the Jets in this week's pick'em. NYJ,
Yeah, dude, the only way we're winning this game, everybody, is if they think that they're going to kill us and it's a trap game. That's it. There's no other way.
Dak goes down early on, injury, something like that.
Right, some crazy shit like that.
Something
Right.
like that's going to have to happen for us to stand
Keep the
up.
penalties in single digits.
Yeah, maybe, right? Something like that. Maybe not turn it over 3 times. Maybe get our first turnover.
It's wild how, like, it is a statistical anomaly that the Jets are 4 games through this, and we've, like, forced fumbles in games, and they're just not bouncing our way. Like, even the ones that our guys fumble, like, not landing in our guys' hands. It's frustrating.
It's crazy, dude.
NYJ says, you guys ready to trade some of these good players that we can't seem to win with these past few years? All right, interesting topic. I don't want to trade Brees. Like, watching this team and seeing how, like, minimal, I don't want to say minimal effort, but minimal playmakers we have. Like, Brees is one of the shining spots on this team right now. That catch he made, he had no business catching that ball from Justin Fields. Like, find a way to keep him. Find a way to give him the 3-year extension and keep him, keep Garrett Wilson. Mason Taylor's going to butt into a really nice tight end. I'm confident in that. I think you build around these players and, you kind of go from there. As far as other players that maybe you consider trading, like, I don't know if there's a player that we've deemed as good that I really want to move. I've heard people say Sauce, and I can understand the frustration with it, not causing the turnovers. He's getting called for penalties a lot.
Darren
But he's
Waller,
not.
I can't take it.
He's not a player I want to move, though.
I got one for you.
Ooh, Matt, you go first.
No, I'm with it.
Can a former good player count?
Sure. If someone's willing to trade for him, I guess.
Michael Carter?
I was thinking that. I wasn't sure what his value would be. But yes.
Get rid of
I would
him.
take a 5th round pick for Michael
Sucks.
Carter.
Wow.
6th round pick, whatever.
Yeah,
Yep, I'm ready.
that would hurt.
He's
But
going to
yeah.
get cut in the offseason.
Sucks.
His cap hit is $12.5 million for next year, and they could save, I think, like $8 or $9 million. So if someone thinks San Francisco, if Robert Saleh goes, hey, for whatever reason, I need help in the slot, I know I can get something out of Michael Carter, fine. Play Jarvis Brownlee in the slot and say thank you. But unfortunately, it hasn't been working the last little bit. I think the injuries are really playing a factor with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 49ers or Atlanta could be another spot. Have him go back with Oldbrick. Someone like that. Bean, what about you? Is there a player that you really want to, would be open to moving?
I'm just laughing. Alan Doge said, firemen's carry all the sea hags. And I'm like, that's really the shit that comes out of my mouth.
We need a forklift. His sea hag's too big.
It's crazy, man. Anyway, anybody, I mean, here's the thing. What we have to remember, guys, when we're trading guys is that, all right, well, trade Sauce, for an example. Well, all right, now you don't have a cornerback. So you're going to have to use one of these picks on a cornerback. What is the likelihood that you'll get a guy? Now, he's having his issues and whatever it is, but the talent is there, right? What is the likelihood that you're going to get a guy that can get to the all-pro level and the Pro Bowl and all that kind of shit? So you have to factor that stuff in. It's look, and nobody likes draft picks more than me. I love it. I'd trade back every fucking pick just to get another one. You know what I mean? Every pick I have would be 2 picks if I had my way. I love it. It's like an extra. It's like refill my chips at Chili's. You know, that kind of a thing. You know,
Endless breadsticks.
Yeah, right. More right. Exactly. Bring me more. You said endless. I want them to keep coming. I'm gonna finish this bowl by the time you fucking leave. So bring more. So, I'm not just I love picks, but I don't just want to trade guys because you're going to need to replace them, right? So you can't just have a fire sale without a plan. So the other thing though is I'm not outside of Garrett Wilson. like you said, I really am a fan of keeping Brees Hall, but outside of like Garrett Wilson, our new offensive linemen, like Fashanu, Membu, Tipman, like those guys, like you got to keep these guys. You got to, what I mean. I don't want to just cut off my nose to spite my face, but dude, if somebody's gonna come and offer me like a first and a third and some whatever for Sauce. And, I mean, like, whatever, like, if you can look at this and you're able to get like a couple more firsts, some seconds and third, you're able to, then I'm not shut down to too many. Garrett Wilson is off the table for me. You would have to offer me like 2 firsts and change. And it's ridiculous. Nobody's going to do it. And I'm not trading Garrett Wilson. He's very likely the best wide receiver that we've ever had. And I'm a huge fan of Wesley Walker, Al Toon, Wayne Corbett, Keyshawn Johnson, like all the guys that we've had that were like badasses, like truly great. I'm all over it, but dude, none of them were Garrett Wilson. Like, dude, if this kid had a quarterback, even as good as like a Richard Todd or a Kenny O'Brien or a Chad Pennington or a Vinny Test, any of the guys that we had that were just not garbage, dude, he would have fucking 1,600 yards and 10 touchdowns every year. Minimum. Dude, he's that good. He's playing for like the worst what you know the story. But like, honestly, I'm open to all of it, Ryan. Like I really am. Like Joe Douglas used to say, I answer the phone.
I think
So,
Sauce
I don't know,
for me, like if someone were to offer 2 ones, I think that, obviously he's having a down year, but I think the name recognition, the pedigree he's had so far, like you could get me thinking about it, I guess. But I think there's, some of these guys are net positives, and it's the surrounding pieces that kind of need to be figured out. And I don't think we're really that far off. Like, yeah, okay, you need safeties, you need linebackers, you need some maybe some interior, D tackle help. You need a wide receiver too. You need a guard. Like there are positions you need, but a lot of the main like tough positions to try and hit that you're going to use high draft picks on, you kind of already have in place. So I don't know. We'll see where that kind of goes. James comes in and says, we're acting like we've won before. Last 3 times the Jets were above 500 4 games in, 2015, 2010, 2009. 4 games, 3 close, and fire Aaron Glenn, ? Yeah. Doesn't really make sense. That is incredibly depressing to know that's how long it's been since we were above 500 4 games in. Although above 500 4 games in would imply 3-1, not 2-2. So the other thing to look at, there's 21 teams. Think about it. 21 teams in the league have 2 wins or less. Like, we're not that far out of it. I think there's just not a lot of hope because we're not seeing the positives on a consistent basis. But there's a lot of teams that are losing not many games or losing a lot of games. Matt, your thoughts on this?
I appreciate James trying to come in here and give some, I guess in a way, positivity, right? Like this is. No one should be on fire Aaron Glenn after 4 games. I think we need to see how they finish this season. I thought the Jets would probably be 1-3 or 2-2 at best right now.
Yeah.
At 0-4, they are clearly underachieving that. But I think fans just want a little bit of hope. Give me something. Just give us one. One win changes the vibe. As crazy as that sounds, it really does.
Dude,
give me
every game that was like the Steelers game, where I'm like excited, we're building momentum, and we lost, but I'm like, oh, you know what? I could see the future. I see the plan. I see everything happening and falling into place. I would even take that. I just want to be entertained. Bean, your thoughts?
Yeah, well, let's say, so both of you too, like, if we won last night, like, let's just, to not, either anyway, if let's say the crazy play at the end where Garrett Wilson almost looked like he was going to break free and run down, imagine that worked. But let's say we just won the game, maybe one less turnover, the Garrett Wilson touchdown doesn't get called back, whatever it is, and we win the game. Are we feel like not? Of course, we're feeling better because a win's better than a loss. But do you guys think the narrative is completely shifted? Like, nobody's talking about firing Glenn, even though it was sloppy and penalties and all that stuff? Or Are we still bitching and complaining? Are we like, oh, we lucked out, it wasn't a good win? Like, where do you think if we just won the game last night? How are we today?
It depends how we won. I think if you had what happened in the first drive for the Jets happen consistently throughout the night, and it was like, okay, we are imposing our will in the running game. We're ripping off 5, 6, 7 yards at a clip. Like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. But like just last week playing against Tampa Bay, like we had no business being in that game. That game was a blowout without the exception. With like, you know, they allowed us to get back into it. You had the fluky thing with Will McDonald making a freak play. Like, there's a lot to not like about weeks 2 and week 3. Week 4 is sort of a more negative than like positives you can find for sure. But like, I don't know. I'm not feeling super positive the Jets pull out a win from last night. Matt, your thoughts?
See, I disagree. I think I would feel positive. I think more fans would feel positive because the spin would be, well, they went up against 3 playoff teams and finally someone on their level they beat. So can they continue to do this throughout the year? I think that would be the spin. It would be the opponents that they lost to in the first 3 weeks and how they're just so much better than the Jets. And I think why this loss stings for me the most out of any of the 4 is because it did feel like it was on, you know, equal playing field. Like the Dolphins were 0-3 going into that game. And they made them look significantly better than I think they are. And that's really frustrating.
How about Tyreek Hill getting his leg fucking twisted, like upside
I can't believe
down?
they showed the replay
Oh,
of that.
that was so
nasty.
gnarly. He may never play again. That was gruesome. That was a very, very nasty.
That was the best.
Couldn't have happened to a better guy. Sorry. Brian Bourne, going to jump the line here. Thank you so much for the 20 spot. Says we need to solve these problems differently, like penalties. Hit players in their wallets. If the team limits penalties under X, then whole team gets a bonus. If above, dock them all. Make the team hold each other accountable. I don't think you can do that, but it's like it's kind of like the idea of like, hey, everyone's doing a lap. You caused a penalty. Everyone's running around the football field. Like everyone's gonna do it, and the whole team's gonna be pissed off at you because you're the one that caused the penalty, and everyone else has to run because of it. I understand the mindset. If you could find some way to do that and discipline guys, like at the pro level with something like that, sure, I'm all about it. I like the idea of like an incentive. I don't know if it could be financial because it's be tied to the cap then, but something that like, hey, you guys keep it under here. You guys are we're going out for ice cream. We're getting ice cream after the game.
Yeah.
Johnny Ice Cream it.
I wonder, hey, has anybody seen Johnny Ice Cream? I mean, he doesn't get ice cream very much, but how old is he now? Like, what does he look like? Is he like,
I think he just got his driver's license.
He's got to be 8
I
or
was thinking,
9
like,
now.
has he got like a girlfriend? Is he out there like
Is he might be at double digits at this point because he was
crazy.
He was, I mean, that was Sauce's rookie year, right? We're in year 4?
I saw him at training camp last year.
Yes.
He's got to be about 9, I would guess now, maybe.
Yeah, not much ice cream in Johnny Ice Cream's future.
No.
Can't believe he's driving. That's nuts. I thought he would stay young for a little while longer. I don't know. These kids. Like, it's like even like Connor. Dude, I'll tell you what, I was saying, like when when we went to opening day, I stopped by, like on the way in, what I do. I go see Phil. I stop by everybody on the way to our tailgate, and I saw Richie, and he had like a beard, Richard Jets Media Richie. And I had a thought, like, wow, he's like a man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, he was never like the kid, but he was like young. You know what I mean? And obviously I'm old, so it's different for me, right? But it's like I always looked at Richie as like, like just a young guy. And he's still young, but like he had a beard, and I was like, holy shit. Like he's a man. You know what I mean? I know
a lot of us from like when we first started doing the YouTube stuff, like 7-8 years ago, and we're like, let's check it out. Let's see what, how this team could do. We're excited. We got Sam Darnold and everything. And then like Matt looked like a baby face. I was clean shaven.
Yeah.
I didn't have a kid. I didn't have a house. I didn't like, you were in a trailer home, like just going around.
Not yet.
Oh, that's right. You weren't yet. That was year 2, I believe. We're halfway through. It was like right as COVID started.
Our
all
first
the roller
draft,
coasters are shut down.
and the 2020 draft was our first. Day 1 was my last day in my house.
That's right.
Of the draft. So the next day, I was in an RV. Isn't that crazy? Day 1 of the draft, I had a house. Day 2, I was living in a fucking 200 square foot tube with COVID not letting me go anywhere. I was like sitting outside of that thing at night smoking or like vaping. I was like, I might have made a mistake. This might have been a bad move, everybody.
Crossfire comes and says, I'm not for firing Glenn. It's just 42 years of a shit team. It's disheartening. The Dolphins were a shit team, and we made them look like a playoff team. I don't know if we made them look like a playoff team, but like we couldn't get any pressure onto it. They get the ball out so fast. It makes it incredibly tough. It's super disheartening also seeing like Darren Waller not play a game in like 2 years or whatever it was, and he comes in and scores, what was it, 2 touchdowns? Like, yeah, damn it. Like, can't you win against someone else? I don't know. Wesley says the only earned roster spot right now is G5, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, he's balling out. I would say he's balling out. I think Allen and Brees are both playing hard. I thought Mason Taylor played really well last night. I think Fields is fighting. I don't think he looks like he's I don't want to say doesn't look like he's underperforming. Like he's playing well enough for us to win. Like weeks 1 and week 4, I feel like we should have been able to win those games on his performance, and the rest of the team kind of let us down. Matt, any players you want to shout out for having earned their roster spot? Special teams.
There's plenty more. Armand Membu.
Ooh, there you go. O-line
has been fantastic. Quinnen Williams, I think, has been very good. He had a forced fumble last night that nobody fell on, so no one's going to remember that. But three pressures, 4 tackles, and a forced fumble. Yeah, that might be it though. After those 2,
being anyone you want to call out for playing well?
Are we doing bloody knuckles or just
I mean, we could throw a little poll question there for a bloody knuckles.
What time is it? I don't even know what's happening. I just
it's 9:08.
All right. We got plenty of time. Anybody I think played well, but not Garrett Wilson. I thought Membu played really well. I thought the offensive line played really well last night. Like overall, here's what happened. We stopped passing at all. Like, we were really run heavy. And what it did, like as the game progressed, we were basically showing the Dolphins we have no intention of passing. So you saw it. They were really committed. Like everybody was on the front, in the box. And you started seeing more pressure, more run blitzes and all kinds of stuff, which I think then once we started throwing that drive where we marched down the field and ended up, what would have been a Garrett Wilson touchdown. Once we started doing that, it loosened it up a lot. So I think the line had some problems for a minute there. What was with the Max Mitchell stuff too? We should talk about that. That was really an interesting thing we saw last night.
6 offensive linemen consistently.
Yeah, the whole time. It was weird. It was almost like, it's like exciting on one hand, right? Mm-hmm. Like, okay, they're being creative and they're fucking, bringing out the men to impose their will. But it also kind of speaks to like, maybe they don't feel that good about their tight ends. Their
blocking
ability.
Wise, I would agree. I would
like, it's not a good, it's the kind of thing, if you see it 3 or 4 times in a game, that's great. Mm-hmm. But like, it was like our package. We were seeing 22 all night. Or 12, and it was really interesting. But anyway, what was my point?
Well, let's go. Let's throw some bloody knuckles names out there. I'll throw a poll question. I think Garrett Wilson should be on.
Good.
I think Garrett Wilson should be on there.
Yeah, bloody knuckles. Who else? Isaiah Davis, maybe. Brees Hall.
Brees had a nice 111 yards.
Yeah, but it was like hard running. Again, bloody knuckles being very specific. Mm-hmm. I thought Mason Taylor had a good game, but I don't know if I'd call him bloody knuckles.
That's right? My head was kind of there too. Fields is sort of in that same vein. Like we wouldn't have scored that touchdown if it were not for his athletic acumen. I mean, that play was dead in the water.
No doubt.
I've got Brees and Garrett on it right now. We got to find 2 more people that we like for bloody knuckles. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's anyone on defense that I'd want to put on there, but I mean, Quinnen's the only guy, and I don't even feel like super great about putting him on this week.
Membu?
You do Membu.
Yeah. His fucking helmet got ripped off twice. He just kept playing too, which is what I love.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty bloody knuckles.
Yeah, very much so.
Who else do we want to throw on? Chat, give us some ideas. Call them out
Nick
as you see
Folk,
'em.
the 58-yard field goal at the ripe age of 73.
That was a boot. I like Folk. I'm a fan. I have a hard time putting a kicker as a bloody knuckles guy.
No, I agree. I'm just having a hard time coming up with names right now, though. Maybe it's only 3. Maybe we only have 3 guys this week.
It might. You know what? I'll throw Justin Fields on there. I think at least we get that extra name in there. If someone else comes up with something else, we'll throw it in there. All right. We're going to get to some more super chats. We got Mr. Donald, Flight Boys, Alan, Zach, Alan, and Oreo, all with super chats. But before we do, we just want to recognize the sponsor of tonight's Talkin' Jets panel.
Smart bettors rely on data. HOF hands you powerful analytics at your fingertips to tilt the odds in your favor. See which parlay legs look risky, adjust before game time, and maximize your chances of hitting with confidence. HOF crunches millions of data points in seconds, so you don't have to. Whether you're building a same game parlay or picking money line, let the stats help you guide your decisions. No math or stat knowledge is needed. This is for the everyday sports fan. For a limited time, our listeners not only get a 7-day free trial, but they also get 50% off their first month when they use code TalkinJets at checkout. Just download the HOF app on iOS or Android, enter code TalkinJets, and you're all good to go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. HOF. Thank you so much for sponsoring the channel. All right, let's get back into it. Where was I here? Got Mr. Forte says Brendan Sorbsby from Cincy is the guy to watch. Let's see. I don't know anything about Brendan, but I do have PFF up, so I can take a look and see what we got. Brendan.
Okay. He has 10 touchdowns to 1 pick this year. This has definitely been his best year. Second year at Cincinnati. He transferred from Indiana after 2023. I can't say I've watched a ton of him yet, but maybe now I'll have to.
Let's see. So
Who
this
is he,
year,
man?
currently a 92.2 on Pro Football Focus. He has a 67.6 completion percentage. His adjusted completion percentage is 75.5. 10 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's gotten better in each of his 4 years. Indiana for his first 2, Cincy for the next 2. Last year had 2,800 yards, 18 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. So he's really on pace to kind of blow the doors off that. Does he have, let's see, I'm just curious if he's got any like rushing ability. Not much in the rushing. Oh no, he's got a little bit. He's got 236 yards this year. He had 500 last year. So yeah, he's mobile for sure. Had 9 touchdowns last year. He had 4 fumbles. He has been cutting down on the fumbles. He had 4 touchdowns, 8 fumbles 3 years ago, 9 touchdowns, 4 fumbles. This year he's got 4 touchdowns, no fumbles currently. I'm down to watch him a little bit more. A little bit more, meaning at all. I have not watched him. So, cool. I don't know if any of you guys, Bean, you ever heard of him at all? You watch anything?
Nope. I'll tell you what I did here, though, Mr. Forte. Did you guys see the field rush from UVA?
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Dude, that was like kind of scary. That like that player from FSU like totally got trampled. Like as soon
was
as
laying
that
down
ball hit,
too.
like yeah, dude, they went flying onto the field. I mean, I love watching a good field rush, but there's definitely like a component of like,
Yeah. But he ended up being okay. So, but I'm with you. So I was at the game the week before. and they scored 48 points. I mean, dude, they scored 28 points in the first half. It was great, and no penalty, like 3 penalties the whole first half. It was the best. Not watching this NFL bullshit, but dude, UVA, man, UVA is doing something this year. So finally, I can have a little bit of fun. I'm going to go to another game, but it's funny. I was at the game right before it. You know what? I always leave a little bit early anyway, especially if whatever. If there's, it looks like it's going to win or lose. So I wouldn't have been there for the field rush anyway, but boy, oh boy, would have loved to be a part of that and be old and slow and get fucking run over and killed. That'd be the way to do it.
You had to go out one way. A field rush in overtime is there's not too many better ways to go.
Yeah, but it's just nice to in the area like this area is positively buzzing. 4-1, and they only lost that one game by just a silly, mistake. It was a close game. But it's nice to have, because dude, you guys are with me. I don't root for anything that wins. No. Nothing. Nothing I root for wins, right, Matt? That was so quick, Matt. No.
Well, no, I'm right there. I'm right there with you. Jets, Mets, Islanders. They have won nothing in my lifetime, unfortunately.
I feel bad for those Mets fans that went down to Miami thinking, I'm going to get the old double header. I'm going to see the Mets. I'm going to see the Jets.
Yeah. So anyway, and UVA is not going to do anything most likely. Whatever, win a championship probably, but it's fun. You know what I mean? It's fun to have that because they're known as kind of they have a tough time too. You see Malik Washington for the fucking. You remember, dude, how much I wanted that guy?
Oh yeah. Every time I hear his name, I just think could have been a Jet. Could have been Corley. Corley winds up signing with the Browns. I think it was the Browns, right? Is that where he wound up?
Yeah, he's on their practice squad, isn't he? Or is he playing yet?
No, I think he just signed either today or yesterday. I thought I just saw it. Who knows?
So we say here, everybody, go Who's. That's what we say.
Donald comes in. Donald says, would you trade Sauce for 2 first-rounders?
Yes.
I think I'd strongly consider it. I think that's the type of package. I'd want to get more than we got for Jamal Adams, but I think the Jamal Adams trade was just such a fluky, wacky thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'd be. That's a lot of ammo.
Yeah, maybe you say 2 firsts and a 5th.
2 firsts and a player. Give me a player. Give me something in there. Something that takes the sting away. I mean, you drafted A.Z. Thomas, right? So you're gonna have him. You've already kind of hitched your wagon to Stevens at least for another year or so.
For better or worse.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. I really
he's a good tackler. I don't know his stats, but I'll tell you what, especially in the defensive backfield, that's where the weakest tackling is going on. Is our fucking So he's alone. I mean, he's the best tackler out of the bunch. So it's at least there's that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's so bad. The tackling thing is out of control.
Oh, it's
I don't understand it.
I think it was 11 missed tackles yesterday. I think it was 16 the week before. I want to say it was 10 or 11 week 2. And then I think it was 8 is our season low against the Steelers.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that, it's crazy. But you know what? I was talking about it in my podcast this week. It's Wilkes had that, he had a press conference and they asked him about it and he said, we're seeing guys running. The guys are running. We're seeing guys running, but they're not running with purpose. And he said, I have to do a better job with that. And it's I appreciate him saying that. And I got all my own other issues with Wilkes, but what does that mean? Guys are running, but they're not running with purpose. What does that mean? What do you mean you got to do a better job with that? I don't what does that meeting look like? All right, guys, I see you running around, but here you're not running with purpose. So let me help you. The purpose is to get the fucking guy with the ball in his hands and get him to the ground, because the whole game of football is predicated on the idea that they want to get that ball across that line over there. It's called the goal line. That's if they get it, they get points. Our job, we want to stop them from doing that. In order to stop them, We have to bring the guy to the ground, either his knees, his elbow, his ass, his head. Something's got to touch the ground other than his feet. And that's the goal. And here's the trick. When you get him, just because your hands are on him doesn't mean he's down. You have to he doesn't want to go down. It's aggravating, I know, but he doesn't want to go down. He wants to stay on his feet. So you have to bring him. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Remember last year? And this is the thing, when we say Aaron Glenn this and Aaron Glenn that, don't forget, dude, these are the same guys. Mostly, we had 8 returning starters. This is the same batch of fucking momos that Jeff Ulbrich had to do a tackling demonstration last year. You remember? Like, this isn't something new, guys. And this is what I'm saying. Aaron Glenn has a deep-seated shit to do. This is like an overhaul. This isn't just, hey, man, we got to, sign a different free agent and get a new draft pick. Dude, it's way bigger than that. It's way deeper. Dude, we had to do tackling demonstrations. What does that mean? I don't understand. Can someone help me? Ryan, you're smart. Help me.
I'm trying. I have no idea why we can't tackle. You've been tackling every single football season since you were in Pee Wee. And for some reason, you forgot how to tackle when you get to the NFL. Like, it is infuriating to see guys arm tackle or just not put forward the effort. I think you're right. I think this is gonna be a little bit of like a bloodbath at the end of the season. We've been saying it's an evaluation year. They're gonna not hit reset, but they're gonna clear the deck, and they're going to bring in the guys they want. They're gonna know who they want to hold on to that's on the roster, and we'll see where it all plays out.
And likewise, I think Ryan. Mm-hmm. I think Aaron Glenn's gonna. I mean, I really hope that Aaron Glenn has the balls, has the stones to get rid of Wilkes too. I think he's gonna. I think it just right, Matt. Like it's like I understand why. Because look, he's a first-time coach. We're bringing in a bunch of young guys to have a guy with head coaching experience, veteran coach. Like I do get it, but Steve Wilkes is the epitome of journeyman, middling guy. You know what I mean? And so like, it's not working, man. And like, I just hope, like, just like we're talking about, like, so we have to do some fucking real, like, like it's an overhaul. We have to go to the roots here and rip these weeds out from the roots. And I hope that includes, I hope Aaron Glenn isn't like married, to his coaches. You know what I mean? Like if they're not performing, he's got to be able to do that. Campbell, like we keep going back to Detroit, right? Because that's where he was, and they turned it around. Dude, Campbell fired his offensive coordinator after 1 year. Got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing is you got Glenn that could take over play calling responsibilities if you wanted to try and like switch it up a little bit. Like you might be able to give Wilkes a little bit more time if it's like, okay, I'm going to focus on the play calling, you focus on grooming the players or whatever. But yeah, I agree. I think he's got to be able to pull the trigger if he needs to. Flight Boys comes in and says, this was Aaron Glenn getting the last bit of the Jets stink off of him. Tides are changing, mark my words. Back half of the schedule is more favorable for the Jets. So if they can kind of figure it out, heading into that back half of the schedule, we're not expecting, a playoff run or anything like that at this point, but like show us positive signs heading into next year. I want to feel good about the direction this team is starting to head. So Flight Boys, I agree. You got to get that stink off. Alan says Justin Fields is a perfect New York Sea Hag. I like the mentality that Justin Fields has. Sea Hag is a very derogatory term. It's not the New
York Sea Hags.
Yeah, like I wouldn't call him Sea Hag. I'd say, I don't know. He's got a good personality. I want him to work out. I want Glenn to work out. Like they're guys I like rooting for. They're fun specifically Fields with the way he moves around the pocket and down the field. I don't know. Zach comes in and says, all other wide receivers besides Garrett Wilson have plus or minus 65 combined after 4 games. Justin Fields cannot process quickly, and we have no wide receiver, too. No second wide receiver. Yeah, look, if you wind up with the top pick, I think we're all probably on board with drafting a quarterback. You'd have to really see some statistical anomaly from Fields. Like if he played like he did week 1 from here on out, you have a real strong argument like not to go after a quarterback, or at least not in the first round, and sort of like see how you're feeling. But just on the history itself, you gonna probably have to make a decision on all that. And I don't know. I saw another comment in here. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna throw up Sam's comment right now because I feel like it's sort of in that same vein. Is Fields being fairly evaluated if he was not given enough weapons? I think he's being evaluated just fine because I think he's getting the ball to Garrett. He's getting the ball to Mason Taylor. He's getting the ball to Brees. Like he has weapons there. He doesn't have wide receiver 2 necessarily, but I don't think he's really like processing through multiple reads other than like receiver. The next guy closest to me is the tight end. The next guy closest to me is the running back. And he's kind of going in tiers more so than he is scanning the entire field from like left to right. Matt, your thoughts? Are we evaluating Fields in a fair capacity?
I mean, he has significantly more talent than Sam Darnold ever had through his first 3 years. So I think that's honestly really tough. Garrett Wilson's a really good wide receiver 1. Brees Hall's a good running back. They have 2 other good running backs on the roster. They have a couple tight ends. Like, I don't really know what else we could possibly ask for. They have a good offensive line. There's no excuse.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm right with you. It's an interesting question, Sam. But like I think Matt just said it, like he's got significantly more talent around him, including the offensive line, than Sam Darnold or Zach Wilson for that matter. Don't forget, Zach Wilson, year 1, we had Corey Davis. Who else?
Cole. It was Keelan Cole.
Keelan Cole. Yeah, he was garbage, but he was like fun.
Mims.
We had Mims. We didn't know he was going to fucking be what he ended up being. But they didn't like him anyway, so they didn't put him out there.
Elijah Moore.
Elijah Moore. Yeah, so I guess he had some wide receivers. The offensive line was in big trouble.
Yeah, you had Uzoma and did we have Conklin at that point?
No, we didn't have Uzoma yet. Uzoma was the next year.
Was he the next year? Who did we have?
Yeah, we had that kid. What was his name? Brown. Remember we traded him to the Chiefs. They cut him and we re-signed him. Remember that? Daniel Brown.
Oh, yes, that's right. I forgot about Daniel Brown. Good.
And there was another guy
Daniel
too
Brown.
that we liked, I think. There was another guy.
Griffin.
Yeah, Griffin.
Was
that? Did we have Croft that year too? Was that the
They
Tyler
did have
Croft
Tyler
year?
Croft. Another good pull. Wow, look at this.
Yeah, look at us go. It's like we've been watching this team a little bit. Throwing random ass names out there. Yeah, look, I think he's got plenty of weapons. The O-line being what it is a massive help for sure. I like this a lot. Alan says Woody Johnson should lose $1 billion per losing season. Yeah, I agree. He should have to discount jet tickets by, I don't know, X amount of dollars per losing season. Not increase it every year like we've seen. Oh, the Aaron Rodgers effect. We got to jack up, lock people in for 2 years. Screw you. I like the loser.
Oh, Connor Long said Trayvon Wesco. Remember him?
Ooh,
Wow.
another pull.
Wow, yes.
This is good pulls. Holy shit. Well, here's the thing. You know what I really think, man? And we're not going to do it. We're just not going to do it. And it is what it is. But I wish that as a collective, all Jets fans just stopped going to the games. Stop buying fucking merch. But like, let them, this is what we are doing because you are a fucking moron. Okay. It's you, not like AG, because we don't want to make it like it's a fight. Like, we're not fire 𝐒𝐿ZIC banners. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. But like, we refuse to partake. You're not going to continue to make money off of us until we have something worth paying for. Like, I wish we could do that. We'll watch it on TV, so you still got your contract and all that shit. But like, we're not going there. We're not buying your fucking hot dogs. We're not paying $100 to park. You know what I mean?
They're
like,
offering a
it's
BOGO
absurd.
on the Browns game. Like, you buy 6 tickets, we'll give you 6 tickets for free. I would imagine that BOGO is going to get a whole lot better. And a lot more games are going to open up as we continue to lose. And I don't want to do it. It's a lot of time. My time's more valuable than whatever you could discount those tickets for me to like show up and do. Like I'd rather do stuff around the house, hang out with the family. Like I usually go live after the games. I didn't go live. I was like, I'm just gonna turn the camera on. I'm not even gonna edit because the headache that this team is giving me right now is not worth the extra time to put into it. Oreo comes in. Oreo says, fun fact, no Jets coach has ever started 0-5. Is that actually true? I feel like that can't be true with how bad we've been. Is that a fact?
Wait, what was it?
No Jets coach has ever started 0-5. Is that a fact?
Rich Kotite didn't start 0-5?
Oh, no, but here's the caveat. His first year. So when he started, that's like the Lou Holtz thing and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about their first year.
As a head coach.
Yeah, it's like you see what I mean? It's like no Jets coach who had red hair in who
was left-handed.
When the Farmer's Almanac said this and Mercury was in retrograde, like I just can't stand it. We make these fucking ridiculous things. It's like, yeah, well, how about he's the first head coach to fucking to have to come on a year where we fired the GM. No GM was ever fucking fired mid-season. The head coach was fired mid-season. The GM was fired mid-season, but at different times in the season. Like, how about that? He's the first coach to follow that. And he's the first coach to have to come in here and get rid of a Hall of Fame quarterback. Like, I mean, we can add variable after variable after variable after variable. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. How about this? He just fucking got here. Glenn's not the bad man that tortured us for 15 years. He's been here for 12 minutes. Stop fucking yelling at him. You know what I mean? He just got here. That's the trick.
I see Ablab throws coming. Hey Ryan, what was Justin Fields' stats for game 1 and last night's game? I saw your other comment in here. We're just catching up on everything. Resident stat guy, Ryan, what was Justin Fields' stats for game 1 and in last night's game? So let's see. Justin Fields stats. What did we get this year? Okay. So game 1, he was 16 of 22, 72.7% completion percentage, 218 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and then he also had 12 rushes for 48 yards and 2 touchdowns. Last night, he went 20 of 27 for a higher percentage completion. That was 74.1%. He had more passing yards, 226, had 1 touchdown. And then rushing-wise, he had 7 rushing attempts for 81 yards and a touchdown. He did have the 1 fumble. I thought did he have a fumble week 1? Or no, that was the Buffalo game. He had the fumble. Yeah, look, we got 2 games in a row. I would say I felt like last night's game didn't feel as impressive as the week 1 game. And I don't know how to necessarily quantify that. I feel like... Is that weird to say, Matt? Like, would you say if it felt better week 1 than week 2, even though the stats are comparable or almost, maybe better from last night's game?
Well, he didn't have a turnover in week 1. That goes a long way. His yards per attempt was slightly higher in the first game. The air yards per attempt was slightly higher. He took 1 less sack. His passer rating was a little bit higher. He was definitely a more efficient rusher in the third game than what he was in the first one, even though he had 2 rushing touchdowns. I don't know. I think the offense was just clicking at such a high rate, and it wasn't. I think it's because a lot of the passing stats came in garbage time. So it was kind of all at the end there, and it felt a little stat patty. So I understand why eye test wise, we think the first game was the significantly better of the 2.
Being anything you want to include as far as Justin Fields' first game and his third game, and maybe the stats looked a little bit better from a box score last night, but maybe did you feel similarly that week 1 might have been the better performance?
Yeah, week 1 was the better performance. I don't think there's any question about it. Like, he looked precise. He looked decisive. Like, you know what? There was a run early in the game from Justin Fields where it was a pass play. So it wasn't like a design run or anything like that. He dropped back. He looked, the guys were covered, and he took off. Like he saw the space, he took off. It was the first down. It was probably like 12 yards or something like that. But we were talking about it was like decisiveness. You know, that's, and whether it's a run, whether it's a pass, it's like when you don't have anything and these guys run around back there. Remember, like Zach Wilson or even Justin Fields. We saw Tyrod Taylor in the Bucs game. Like they run around. There's nobody. Just throw the ball away. You know what I mean? Like why take the sack? Like they, you know, we would see that so many times. Like be decisive. And the problem I have with Justin Fields right now is that I don't think he's consistent with it. Like, so it's like I can't put and again, it's just 4 games for him too in this offense. So we don't know, but he looked just like we're talking about. Game 1, he looked accurate. He looked confident. Game 2, he looked terrified. He was jumpy. He had happy feet. He was erratic. You know, he was all over the place. Last night was like a combo deal. Like he looked, you know, I don't think he looked as bad as Buffalo at any point, but he was like, he's just inconsistent. I don't know what guy. And it's weird because it's not just game to game. It's like series to series. Like one series, we're like, okay, well, Justin Fields has settled in. He looks great. The next one he comes out and he looks like a bum. Like, I don't know so that's the issue with me. I think, but if we're just talking about the games, I think game 1 it sucks that we lost it because I think the whole team played really well that game. Specifically, and the defense obviously gave up fucking 30 points. So, you know, there's lots to complain about. But I thought we played hard. We were aggressive. You know, it was like we were playing to win that game, and the offense did enough. It was like, look, the fumble and all the stuff that happened, we can go back and talk about the details, but it was like Justin Fields had a very good game, which sent us into this narrative. You know, it's no moral victories, but we felt good about it because we were seeing a guy that if he could just play like that, we're going to win games. It's without question. If he plays like that, we're going to win games, and that's fucking fun. Like, dude, the fact that we have an offense, just like we talked about, that drive last night, that opening drive, and we saw a few of those, but that opening drive, that was a thing of beauty. Dude, it's been a long time since we've even been able to talk about that, but we won't even talk about the positives because we're losing games and everybody just wants to fucking dump 15 years of pain on this regime. So it's like, I think it sucks and it's aggravating. And believe me, dude, I was screaming. Watch the end of my stream last night. I couldn't even control myself. I was screaming and yelling. I haven't been that angry in a long time over a Jets game. But it's like, so I get it. But at the same time, like, dude, we have an offense. That's new. Now it sucks that, you know what I'd like just one time for us, even if they're both just average, but that both sides of the ball just play well in the same game. Wouldn't that be nice?
Be delightful.
What if they were like the 16th best offense and 16th best defense in the league?
I'd take it. We were coming into
like
this
a
year thinking
regular
we were
team.
going to have like a top 5 defense. Like, wow, this will be great. You know, maybe not top 5, top 12 probably. I feel like people were, you know, hey, we're going to bounce back. Hasn't worked out that way. Operation comes in, says Tony Adams is the modern day Brian Washington, can't tackle to save his life. That's before my time. Green Bean, you know anything about Brian Washington?
Tony Adams, a modern day Brian. No way, dude. Dude, what are you talking about? Brian Washington was a fucking stud. He was our starting safety for like 8 years and then went to the Chiefs and was their starting safety for like 4 more. Let me look up Brian Washington. You're crazy. You're crazy, 𝐒𝐿𝐽𝐭 podcast, sir. Wait, let me see. Now, it's been a long time. Dude, you guys won't remember this. At one time, check this out. The Kansas City Chiefs signed in free agency our entire defensive backfield. Did you know that? James Hasty, Ronnie Lott, and Brian Washington. They signed all of them in one offseason.
Did not know that.
I feel like that's like the Washington Redskins, like after 2000, I don't know if it was 2002. It was like Chad Morton, John Hall, Santana Moss, or maybe it might have been Lavernius Coles at that point. Like whatever it was, we lost I feel like we lost a tackle. God, who else did we lose? We lost like, I want to say it was like 5 or 6 players in one shot to Washington. Super frustrating. I'm going to throw Swamp Ranger super chat up here. He says, everyone is tradable except Olu, Membu, Titman, Garrett Wilson. Quinnen and Will McDonald are expendable. Quinnen, no guaranteed money on his contract, and Will McDonald is a situational pass rusher, not an every down edge. He could net a 2 or a 1. Yeah, I think
Dude, Quinn's a stud. I don't know what people are talking about.
I agree with the 4 guys you listed as untradeable, but I would also say Quinnen, I don't want to move. Will McDonald, you could probably convince me on, I guess, but I don't know what his value would really be worth to another team as a situational pass rusher. How old is Quinnen now? What are we at, like, age-wise?
I think 27, 28.
27. So we still got, like, 4 more, like, highly productive years from
Quinnen's fine. I mean, he's not Aaron Donald, so that's clear.
But he's a top 5. I would call him a top 5.
I was going to say he's top 5 at his position.
Yeah,
he's badass.
Yeah, I don't want to see that gone.
Let me talk about Brian Washington real quick. Okay. Now I'm all ADD'd out, and 𝐒𝐿𝐽𝐽 got me all fucked up. So Brian Washington, he was actually our starter for 6 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2 for 5 years. So just to give you a simple, he had 3 interceptions his first year with us, 1 the second year. He had 6 the third year, 6 the fourth year. Then he had 2 and then 3. So it's like this is not 6 interceptions, man. We don't see that shit anymore. Plus, he had 94 tackles. He had 6 interceptions in 1992. He had 6 interceptions, 108 tackles, 2 fumbles. So not bad. You know what I mean? So then he went to the Chiefs for 2 years. I had 3 interceptions each of those years, 62 tackles, 85 tackles. Like, he's a fucking good player. Tony Adams can't hold Brian Washington's jock strap. Do we even use jock straps anymore?
I don't know.
Sliding shorts. That's what we use in baseball. I mean, a girdle? Isn't that what it is?
A girdle.
A girdle.
Right. He can't hold his girdle. It's funny. Now, 𝐒𝐿𝐽𝐽, I'll say this, though. Thanks for making me think of Brian. I haven't thought of Brian Washington in a long time. That was a good defensive backfield that we had. Like, when we signed Ronnie Lott, that was like, and he was at the end of his, career. He wasn't like prime, but he was still a badass, man. That was in the days when we could hit. Like Brian Washington and Ronnie Lott. Brian Washington was the free safety. Ronnie Lott is the strong safety. We had James Hasty, one of the best corner. He's probably the 3rd best cornerback we've ever had. Like there's obviously Revis. Mm-hmm. There's Aaron Glenn. You could throw Cromartie in there, but James Hasty was a stud. Badass. One of the best in the NFL. Let me see. I want to see what he's going. I'm sorry.
I'm going to keep going while you're looking stuff up. Danger says,
I'm just bugging out.
You're the DC. Do you shadow Pickens with sauce all day? Let me know. Also, doesn't Matt look handsome tonight? He got that Breece Hall successful week glow.
I'll take it. Thank you, Dano. That's very kind.
Oh, Dano. Would I have sauce cover Pickens all game? Yeah, I guess we don't know what happens with Lamb. I don't feel super comfortable either way. I guess I'd try to double Lamb and put sauce on Pickens. I guess if you could do that, that might be the play. Matt, how would you defend the Cowboys if, let's say, Lamb and Pickens both play?
Well, Lamb won't play.
Is he out for? Is he on short-term IR?
Yeah, he won't be playing this week.
Then you put sauce on Pickens all day.
That's the move. You're putting sauce on Pickens, and you hope that it's week 1 sauce. I think it will be closer to week 1 sauce because that's usually the kind of receiver he plays better against. Mm-hmm. It's the speedy guys that give him issues.
Yeah, guys that are like too shifty. The long striders, I feel like, are his wheelhouse. Barney says, silver lining. I like the 6 offensive lineman look. Yeah, I like the heavy run packages. Okay, you know what we're going to do. We know what we're going to do, and we're still going to achieve what we want to do. Like, that feels good. That first drive was wonderful. Oreo says, Bean, 12 minutes is 12 minutes. We're upset. I think he's talking about
Aaron Glenn. I mean, but I know, and I responded to him. It's like, so here's the thing. You're upset. I'm upset. I get it. We're upset. But then go fucking give it to the guy who made you upset. Like, not so we have a guy who comes here. And wouldn't it let's just talk for a second. Wouldn't it be best case scenario if Aaron Glenn, whether you wanted him, whether you don't like him, whether he's too fucking short, whatever it is that you don't like, wouldn't it be best case scenario if in 10 years from now he's still our head coach?
Oh, yeah.
You know, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be best case scenario? So what's going to help him achieve that? Dumping 15 years of angst on this guy and fucking just, ripping him after every fucking, like, the guy celebrated because Will McDonald blocked a field goal and ran it back for a touchdown. And for 4 days, we talked about him being happy and dancing. I've never seen anything like it. So, like, what wouldn't we want him to succeed? Aren't we to look, like Oreo's saying, we're upset. We're fucking tired of this shit. So I don't care who it is. He's the guy who's in here. Whether I wanted him or not, I want him to succeed because I'm tired of this shit. I would love for once, since I've known Matt and Ryan, everybody, we've been losers. We've done nothing.
We've not had a winning
more than
season.
7 games. Not once. So whatever's going to help us get there. Like, I don't care. So, like, let's stop fucking nitpicking dude, he's in his first year. He's a rookie head coach. He's going to make mistakes. More rookie head coaches than not. They learn on the job. They're going to fucking make mistakes. He's going to have to look, this guy, he thought he was going to be good. He learned by game 5. Shit, man, this guy sucks. I'm going to have to rethink this. They're making trades. They're bringing guys on. They're cutting guys. They're doing all this. They're figuring it out right in front of us. And they inherited the Jets, dude. The Jets. So, like, we got to help them, not hurt them. That's all I'm really saying. Like, I don't understand. Like, yeah, we're upset, but we're not upset with Aaron Glenn. He just got here. And he's given us more offense than we're used to seeing.
Barney says,
so there's that.
Justin Fields practice, preseason, real season, one good, one bad. I don't think I understand what you're talking about. Looks bad in practice. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're like.
Hold on. What is it?
It says
JF practice, preseason, real season, one good, one bad.
He listed 3 things, and the one good, one bad is throwing me off. I
don't know. I can't translate it, Barney.
You confuse me, Barney. Sam says, looking at the last 2 drafts, 23 and 24, has been sobering. How much rope does this regime need? I mean, you got to just see, like, a positive change by the end of year 2. Like I want to see us going, like, some stuff going the right way now, but you got to feel good after year 2. I think is about right. Like, it might take longer than that to, like, do what you need, but we're going to have $80 million of salary cap space this offseason. We're going to have a pretty high draft pick. We don't have a 3rd round pick. But, like, I think they can flip this around relatively quickly. A lot of it depends on how the quarterback does, but, like, I feel like an off season with that kind of ammo is pretty helpful. Bean, what are your thoughts? How much rope?
Well, I think you're right, but I think it'd be pretty important to see something by the end of this year, like we start, like, even if it's just establishing that the guys who suck are no longer fucking eating up quality snaps for you. Yeah. Like, whatever it is, I'd like to see you want to see progress. Mm-hmm. But like you said, 2 years, we don't even know who our quarterback's going to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'll tell you what, it's not 4 games.
Matt, your thoughts? How much rope?
Yeah, he deserves, I think, the season. I think you evaluate, and I think it's more important about how this team finishes. If they're still losing games like this and we're in week 17, then I think it's a more realistic conversation that we can have. But through 4 games, I'm not there yet. I'm frustrated. I get it. I'm really annoyed, especially after this last game, how they played against a team that isn't very good. It's not a good sign, but there's 13 more. I want to see more before I make any big decisions like that.
Tampa says Bean has been on fire since Fields was hit out of bounds with no flag last night, and he is our voice of passion. Yo, the lack of calls yesterday was bananas. The Rucker one really pissed me off too.
Oh,
like it was clear. It was like in the center of the friggin' screen, no one else around, and like how does no one throw a flag on that?
Fucking ridiculous. And that's the thing. It's like, look, I don't give a shit. Like if the NFL is going to be a penalty league, which again, when you watch college ball, you realize like what football can be again. You know what I mean? Because I don't get to watch a lot of it. Like on Saturdays, I always have to like watch later, you know, when I'm looking at prospects. I don't get a lot of Saturdays.
Like actual game.
But like when you do, it's like it's an entirely different sport. It's just a whole different thing, man. And so, but like if the NFL is going to do that, then do it, right? Do it for everybody. Or don't. If you're going to let them play, let them play. And I don't like the fact that like some ref groups call more penalty. Oh, this is the group that throws the most flags. Why? Why are they different? Why do we allow this? There's no repercussions for refs. And the NFL does it. They like it that way because they want to control it, dude.
100%.
It's fucked up.
They're steering narratives.
Yes.
Throwing penalties. There's always a penalty they can always call.
Always.
All-American. Watching some film back, Tony Adams might be an idiot. Pre-snap, he literally runs full speed into Sauce, causing Sauce's man to run free. I can't. Oh, geez. I haven't sat back and rewatched the game yet, but that's bad.
The Tony Adams reps were not good. I can tell you that.
You know what? We should do a poll. We should ask. So all these geniuses that want to fire the head coach after week 4, which by the way, they wanted to fire him after week 2. So let's just it's just continuing. They wanted to fire him after fucking week 2. Who's the guy? That's what I want to know. Who are you bringing in here? Because you can keep complaining. It's like, this is what happens in my career all the time. I got a fucking million people that don't like the way it's run, the business. But then you go, okay, what's your, they don't have any fucking ideas. They just like to complain.
Just like
and you know what it boils down to? They're just miserable bastards. And they like it. Like the value is being miserable. They don't want a solution to be fucking happy. They just they want something to be pissed about.
There's comfort in knowing your emotion.
There's comfort in that. Yeah, it's like a pedestal. It's like this righteous, I'm right. I didn't want Aaron Glenn. It doesn't fucking matter what we want. We don't get a choice in the fucking thing. All I want to do is sit down on a Sunday or a Monday night and watch a team that maybe can make me smile. That's all I'm asking for.
Just a couple wins.
Just something. Entertain me. Just entertain me. Swamp Ranger says Malachi Moore is bloody knuckles. He tackled Hill so hard he ripped his knee apart, but we have to start Tony. Can't tackle Adams. Oh God, his leg was gross. It was absolutely disgusting. By the way, our bloody knuckles. Hold on. Where's the
Who's our winner this week?
This week's bloody knuckles.
It is Garrett Wilson coming in. Bloody Knuckles. Garrett Wilson, thank you so much. If you hear this, reach out to us. talkinjetshow@gmail.com. And we'll let you on the show, Mr. Garrett Wilson. That'd be very cool. Well deserved. Well deserved. Ryan King. I would have liked to have seen Ashton Davis still. Ashton Davis at least was in position to get turnovers. I feel like that was something he was kind of around the ball. Last year, disappointing. But prior to that, I don't know. I would have been fine watching him back there compared to what we've gotten back from the safety position. Barney, to clarify, Fields had a good practice. Next day, bad practice. Preseason, good one, then a bad one. Real season, good game, then a bad one. No consistency. That makes so much more sense. Thank you,
Yes.
Barney.
That describes his whole career pretty much.
Yeah, he's always been just an inconsistent, quarterback. Amazing highs. I guess if you could build an offense where you could like really not have to super rely on the throwing, where you can lean on Brees and like use his athletic gifts, just like that 43-yard run was so crazy. It was so good. We need consistency though. Boys and girls, we are at the end of our show. Boom.
Who's our winner?
Who is our winner?
Chicken dinner.
How many people we got? Hit that like button. We got over 300 people here. Hit that like button.
I don't know. You know what? Fuck everybody tonight. How's that sound?
Whoa.
Fuck yourselves. I can't wait to do the after hours show. I hope you all come. I'll fucking spend 2 hours yelling with you guys. I'm fucking tired of it. I've reached my fucking the end of my tether. We got 47 tonight.
47. Matt, could you go over to last week's episode? Let's pull a few people from the comment section.
Yeah, let's see. Give me a second here.
Ace of Spades says Fields has all the tools but lacks confidence. I don't know if I necessarily feel like he lacks confidence. Like I feel like a lot of the decisions that, I don't know, maybe it's just like when he makes them, it feels like he's firing balls in there. So I feel like that's sort of decisive. He took off and ran yesterday a few times, like Green Bean mentioned. That was super decisive.
Don't you notice everything just looks harder for us? We make everything look difficult.
We make football look hard.
It looks hard.
Anyone else can figure out offense.
Yeah.
Us, not so much.
Oh, wait. 40, 47, 48, 49. Hold on. Ace of Spades and Crossfire jumping in. Sorry.
Crossfire
I got
says,
2 more that I could add.
Oh, shit. I just fucking deleted everything. Hold on. So we have none tonight, Ryan. Hold on.
Are you on a Mac or are you on a
No, I got it, bro.
I was gonna say you just do.
I'm like, I don't know
Z.
what it is. It might be like I'm gonna have to do some real cleaning on my computer. I just deleted like fucking 400 gigs of shit. But like I've had this computer since 2019, and it just might be, you know what I mean?
On its last legs.
And it's sad, and I want to cry about it, and I'm gonna fight tooth and nail because it's only been 4 games, and I'm not firing my fucking computer. Ace of Spadaloons. Let me see here.
Crossfire
and
says new
Crossfire, the king. What's that?
I'm just reading his super chat. New kickoff rule needs to go, starting at 30 yards, 2 first downs, and teams are in field goal range. It's so stupid. Yeah, it does feel like the end of games is a lot easier. Or like just scoring in general. Like it's.
I hate that you got to go. We're gonna do an onside kick now.
Oh, it's so dumb.
Oh yeah, that's also horrible.
That burns me up.
That's the worst.
I don't like the onside kick. It's lame.
The truth is the NFL is borderline unwatchable, dude. Like we're just stuck here. It's like it's a monopoly. You know what I mean? It's the only thing we.
It's a good thing we care about the draft so much, because then we get we get to watch some good players come in. We get excited, and then maybe eventually we'll get to watch.
Like
some football.
Like, look, it's when things are going your way, like let's say there's some shenanigans going on, like there's some calls and everything, but it's going your way.
Mm-hmm.
You tend to not care as much because it's going your way, right? And when it's not going your way, you're up in arms. But the people that it's going in their way, they also have to, like we all got to get together and let the NFL know, like, I know it's going my way today, but like, this is some fucking bullshit. The game should just be the game. And like, nobody's complaining. Everybody's just like, we're just like lulled. I don't know what it is. Like the NFL it's unrecognizable to just 10 years ago, 15 years ago. It's a completely different thing. And it's like, we just sit here because there's nothing else. And it's bullshit. And they just keep doing it because they want to court the fucking the Taylor Swifties and whoever else because they know we're just going to sit here and bitch, but we're not going to stop fucking spending money. I can't stand this damn shit. I'm so pissed.
This is
the wedge is getting
the Jets chant sponsored by Cash App. That was an all timer, dude.
That's my favorite one.
Well, no,
still
it's
to this
like
day.
this rant was just like that's about as good a rant we've had in the last little bit. Douglas comes in. He says, "I've reached the point of only hate watching the Jets. I actively root for them to get crushed regardless of the opponent and want them disbanded." Imagine if you get like demoted to like the B League if you were like this bad. You're like, at least we could go against some worse teams and feel better about ourselves for a little bit. Ugh.
Yeah, dude, they should have fucking hired me as a GM. I'm serious. I'll tell you what, Muji, like we got to do this whole thing. He's a rookie GM. He's gonna make fucking mistakes, and yes, it's true. But I wouldn't have made those stupid fucking mistakes. Like if us three were in that war room, we wouldn't have made those mistakes. I wouldn't have traded up for Tyler Barron. I wouldn't have. Like, why do we got to endure this stupid shit with these guys? We make everything so fucking hard. Like I was telling you, I was watching the Dallas game thinking to myself, dude, they're going to lose their boots in our ass.
Dak's not going to play the second half. They'll be up 38-3.
They're going to be up, dude. It's going to be like, why did we even show up? They're going to fucking start having, their people are going to be hitting piñatas on the sidelines fucking at halftime. Like it's going to be over.
At halftime.
Anyway, all right, I just got one more here. The Rusty, you're out. I already got a Rusty for tonight, so I'm not doing another one. Rusty's already in the contest. Love Rusty Spooner. We got 51, Ryan.
51.
I can give you two more from last week.
Okay, Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, let's go.
Connor 7158 and Eric Craig.
Eric Craig, truly one of my favorite Jets fans of the whole bunch. Genuinely good dude.
We like him. Good guy.
He's a good guy.
How many we at?
I don't know. Oh, 53 now?
53. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to go with the seventh number that pops up 1 through 53 in the chat. The seventh number that pops up 1 to 53. Chat, drop a number.
I don't know what he's saying. Just tell me what it is.
There's 17, 21, 23, 33, 42, 43, 45, 45. 45 was the seventh number that popped up.
45, you say? Oh, I don't want this guy to win.
Rigged.
Yeah. You know what? Let's do 44. I'm just kidding.
Green Bean's feeling away tonight.
No, I'm just kidding. I love him. It's danger zone. Dano wins.
Oh, Dano.
Dano. What does
We
Dano
love
win?
Dano.
Let's see what Dano wins.
Here.
He gets a shirt.
His shirt.
Dano gets a shirt. Reach out to us, dude. JetsTalk247 at gmail.com or talkinjetshow@gmail.com. Get your shipping info, send you out a thing, shirt of your choosing. Boys and girls, we've reached the end of our show. Let's go around and give our closing thoughts. Bean.
So we're going to continue. What is it? 10:05. Yeah, like about 10:30, 10:35. We'll be doing the After Hours Jets Fest. I'm going to ask Grok sexy Grok. I'm going to ask her this question tonight. What is the real problem with the New York Jets? We're going to dig. Dude, sexy Grok was out of control last week. If you guys didn't see it, I had Dom C on. Dude, she was like literally interrupting me saying, shut up, I want to kiss you. Like I was in the middle. She's like, stop talking. I want to come. Like, dude, fucking calm down. It was out of control. So we're going to have some fun. We'll find out what's going on. I am totally geared up to keep yelling at you motherfuckers. If you guys want to fight, if you want to talk, whatever it is, we're doing it in the After Hours Jets Fest in about 30 minutes. Green Bean Jets fan channel.
Matt, any last words?
Love this show. I really do. I'll be on with Jeremy tomorrow afternoon. Come hang out at 3 o'clock for some Jets talk over there.
Hell yeah. Boys and girls, it's been a lot of fun hanging out with you tonight. If you enjoyed this stream, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. And leave a comment down below. But we'll be back here after we talk about a Dallas Cowboys beatdown. That's what's going to happen. We got it, boys. Keep the faith. This is Talkin' Jets signing off. JETS.
Just go somewhere else. I can't take this nonsense anymore. How are you gonna blame the defense?
I got the pouch. Screw green bean. Damn it.
But once you get to the sausage, I feel like we're doing something.
Go Jets.
What would you give up to see a Jets Super Bowl?
All of my friends and family.
Hit those milk thumbs, boys and girls.
Freeze run.
Hold on to your underwear, ladies, and stand by, bitches. It's now time for Talkin' Jets with your hosts, Matt, Ryan, and Green Bean.